Well, Lynn, I'm getting more practice doing videos, so I thought I'd do one of the race car. This is my 1966 Corvette race car. I bought this car about, oh gosh, 25 years ago, restored it about 20 years ago. Just, took it all the way down to every nut and bolt and restored it all the way back to make it look just how it looked when it raced. This car raced throughout the Midwest, Rocky Mountains, West Coast, and even up in Canada back in the early 70s. In the Midwest, it raced places like Blackhawk Farms, Groton Raceway, Nelson Legends, Waterford Hills, those kind of places. On the West Coast, obviously it raced at PIR and SIR, and then up in Canada at Western Speedway and Westwood Motorsports Park and places like that. So it raced a lot, but it only raced for a couple, 3 years and then was retired. I actually bought the car from the wrench who worked on the car for the guy who raced it. So when I restored it, I left those big flares that were on the car. I left those, on the car. And that roll bar, which looks kind of goofy today, but that was actually the roll bar that it raced with. And it's got I've got, of course, the logbook with the car. And the roll bar has the logbook number stamped into it. It's also got little drill holes when they inspected it to make sure that it was a legal roll bar. It's actually, even though it's a 66, it's got a 67 body, which is not uncommon for race cars. I mean, they just kind of put together whatever parts they could so they could race. The convertible top, there's no mechanism in there. It just sits in there. I mean, it's bolted in there and stuff, but they made them to try and get them as light as they can. So there's obviously no mechanism in that. And for the front of it, and their headlights, there's no headlights in the car. Those buckets are all empty. They're just there and that's it. Those are an Avon tire that I got. They're a vintage race tire. I'm not sure the size. I know I'll show you how wide they are, but they're wide, but I don't know how wide. Kind of funny, this particular car, they always race with the same size front and rear tires for whatever reason, I don't know. That's a Krager Mag. It's got the Hooker side pipes on it. That's what they race with. It's not there's a couple different types. I'm not sure exactly which type of side exhaust that is, but I know there's a couple different types. Mine's more for the street because I try and drive this on the street. I don't take it on the track. This car is way more than I can handle. So yeah, I've done a couple, 3 rallies in it. You've done one with me, and it's great for that, but it's just a real handful to drive. So I had the instrument cluster, restored. It's got most of the gauges in it. Some I just don't need. You can see the center console there has been modified a little bit. A lot of the other stuff that you didn't need for a car has been taken out just to make it lighter. It does have that LE88 hood, and that's what it raced with. I mean, so I left that on there, and I'm going to pause it here for a second so I can show you the motor. So what you've got here is your basic 427 motor. The heads have had a little work done to them, nothing too fancy, but they're iron heads. It's got an aluminum intake manifold. It's still got the kind of standard distributor on it. I've got a Protronics in it that helps a little bit. You can see the catch cans over there on the side for the fluids. Has an aluminum radiator in it now, and so there's the brake master. It's got the J56 brake option, pardon me, in the car, so that makes it kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. Some of the things, and it's hard to show you, but right down here, it's funny, when they had the body off, they did a lot of gusseting to the frame. So you see gusseting right in there in the part of the frame parts. And then back here in the back, kind of, you can't really see it, but right back in here, it's got gusseting, big tube gusseting to strengthen the frame as well. So they just made that to, obviously stiffen up the car and stuff. So that is the car, and I hope you enjoy this video.